So I went through great lengths studying because I just knew that somewhere in scripture it had to say that a man could only have one wife. I couldn't find anything expressly saying that a man could only have one wife. I saw things that might imply, but then again, I also found the same thing for polygamy, things that would indicate and might imply that a man could have more than one wife. All right, I started looking for pro-poly arguments just to see if I could argue against them. And really, the really strong ones that I found, I could not argue against. And I listened to the reason why these women wanted another wife in their family. It was just very interesting and refreshing to see such a level of loyalty and sisterhood amongst women, which in our current modern society, we don't really have a lot of. I realized that in my own household, there was a lack. And so that's why I'm like, well, okay, I would like to have a woman around all the time. I would like to have a woman around the house who knows me. I would like somebody to share the cooking with, share the grocery shopping with, share the taking care of the children and all that kind of stuff. And just be really close with each other in a sister-like way. And so I saw the benefits of polygamy.
For words when I hear the way you speak about him, because you speak about him so honorably, and I see the way he protects you. I trust his say. If he say, "Mama, I'm not good with it," then guess what? I'm not good with it. Mm-hmm. If he say, "Mama, let's rock and roll," let's rock and roll. If he say, "Mama, I don't particularly like that dress," then I'm not wearing it. If he says, "Mama, listen," because he's a king. Mm-hmm. And what story have you ever read where the queen told the king what it was going to be? The king ran the ship. So
now I want y'all to understand something. This is the same woman who was previously saying, well, we're going to do this, and I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to do it. I'm the boss. I make the money. I do my thing, got my career, and all of that. This same woman who was previously saying that, but then she gets to the point that she realizes that the version of her that she thinks she is in her mind isn't the true version that she is, and physicality matters a lot more for women than it matters for men.
And I say that because so many of our sisters right now are caught in a different place. Well, what kind of money he got? Well, if you can't get my hand nails done. Well, he live in one state, not live in another state. Well, it's like, listen, y'all, we are losing. We are losing our relationships because what we're putting out there is all about the money, my success, a power couple, but ain't nobody talking about love. Ain't nobody talking about sticking it out. Ain't nobody talking about the two of y'all as one. You become a team. My mother said to me some years ago, she's no longer here, you make sure you put something away for a rainy day. I said, if it rains, we'll get wet together. And then she said, you've given Sydney all the power. I said, what you see me giving Sydney is respect. Something you never gave my father. So for you, it looks like power. But for me, it is respect. And when you can look at a man and say, I know you got me, I don't need to raise up. I don't need to rise up. I don't need to be aggressive and abrasive because I got a king.
Now, as in this situation, it normally takes women a long time to get to this point, especially Americanized women. But this is all a man truly wants in a woman. We just want a woman who understands that, baby, I got this. If I'm going to be in the position to provide and protect, then I'm going to make the decision because I'm going to fix the decisions.
Your spouse is either your biggest investor or your most expensive liability. Broke people marry based on emotion. Rich people marry based on alignment. You can't build an empire while the person that you're sleeping with is telling you that you're delusional and you need to get a backup plan. The Bible says, do two walk together unless they have agreed to meet. If you're not walking in the same direction, you're slowing each other down. And I want you to look at your life right now. Is your partner pushing you to be unreasonable about your vision or keeping you small, safe, and broke? You can't level up in a relationship that rewards you for staying down. Did you marry an investor or a liability? Because one funds your future and the other one taxes it.
You understand? If I'm in a position where all the decisions, all the mess ups had to be fixed by me, then I'm going to make those decisions because I'm not bringing you into my life to fix your mess ups.
Paying for a woman's meal is the lowest form of masculine structure. Men who are grounded in their masculine, they pay without overthinking. They don't label it. It's not a big deal. See, the thing is, if a man does not want to pay for a woman's meal, it's not because he doesn't want to. It's because on a subconscious level, he's not ready to step into the role as a leader. He doesn't want to mislead you by stepping into a role he can't uphold. He's saying, I don't have the structure to lead anything right now. I'm trying to avoid the responsibilities that come with masculine actions. And he's low-key covering up his feminine energy. So shout out to the men that do small gestures like paying for a meal, because it's an expression of leadership and presence. The truth is, if he's going back and forth about not wanting to pay for a meal, about a woman flowers, he's not going to want to do bigger things down the line.
You understand? If I take us down the wrong path, I'm going to figure out a way for us to get back. That's going to be my job, because I'm going to figure out a way for me to get back. And if you're rolling with me, then you're going to get back as well. As men, we're not raised to rely on other people to correct our mistakes, to rely on other people to fix our problems, to rely on other people to redirect our misdirections. But women are raised that way. And so when you're in a situation with a woman and she doesn't give you this type of reverence and this type of respect, as Monique said, this type of submission, which is a term women hate to hear. So I'll say, you know what? You don't like submission? Cool. I know how your mind functions and you can't get past words. So let's call it reverence. Let's call it willingness to follow, willingness to adhere to guidance, cooperation even. But when we're in this plane together, baby, you're not in the back seat. You're not in the back in the cabin, baby. You're up here with me in the cockpit. It's just that I'm the pilot. You the co-pilot. So you're up here with me, but I'm controlling the direction. I'm controlling the elevation. I'm controlling the destination. You just helping me get there. And when you take a woman like Monique, who has already had a successful career, who's willing to do this, I guarantee you 20 years ago, she wasn't willing. So she just happened to look up and find a man who still viewed her as somebody worth having. But many of y'all don't have no career. Y'all don't have no money like that. If Monique didn't have her career, fame, and money, then Sydney wouldn't have paid her any attention, because she's not the type of woman that a man who has options is going to choose.
Why did you pop your balloon?
She's just not my flavor. I'm big into health and fitness, and she's not, so just respectfully.
I love all my finest, and you don't have to. I'm good.
God be with you.
You may say Sydney didn't have options, but hey, when a woman got a career and she getting money, man, that fixes a lot. I'm just going to be honest with you. It fixes a lot. If you're a man out here, you got any ism in you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you'll take a broke seven over, you'll take a rich seven over a broke dime anytime. A six if you're rich enough. Because when it all boils down to what can a woman give you? There's only three things a woman can give you. She can give you pleasure, she can give you treasure, or she can give you submission. Those are the only three things. Ain't nothing else in the world a woman can give you. That's it. And once we as men start to understand that, then we stop allowing women to put themselves in position in our lives like they're in a position of power. Power for what? Your pleasure's supposed to get you some power? Your treasure, if you're in my life, I don't need your treasure. You got it, that's good. I don't want a broke bro, but when it boils down, I don't need your treasure. And your submission simply means you're going to stay out of my way and not be trying to interfere in what I'm doing and follow my lead. So when you think about it, this is the only position that a man should accept the woman being in. You can't accept a woman who thinks she's supposed to be in a position of power in your life. You can't accept a woman who believes that she's supposed to be an equal in your life. Because the thing is, baby, if you want equal power, then we're going to do equal finances. You can have equal power, but give me 50% on all the bills. If you don't want 50% on all the bills, you don't get 50% on any of the power, baby. And I think as men, we got to stop allowing ourselves to believe that we're supposed to settle for that. You got many men out here who tell you that you're supposed to be in a position to do everything that a woman needs, and then she's still supposed to be in a position where she don't have to do nothing. What's the purpose in having a woman who brings nothing to your life when you can have 10 women who bring nothing to your life? A woman earns the wife position in your life by bringing something that no other woman has ever bought, by being something that no other woman has ever been. And majority of men are in situations with women who don't believe that, who don't fit into that protocol. And I just say to you, if you got a woman who don't fit into that protocol, man, ask yourself, what are you doing with that woman? Who is she? What are you even considering you can build with that woman? Because the reality is, man, if a woman is into you and she's all about you, she understands this position.
She understands this position.
So when you see movies like Coming to America, now I'm not saying the one's supposed to hop around on one leg like a dog, but she's supposed to be willing to if that's what you want her to do. Y'all can't even get your woman, man, to even do simple things at the house. You can't even get your woman to corral her spending. She don't listen to nothing you tell her. And I'm telling you, when you're dealing with a woman like that, man, it's a drain on your spirit. Let me tell you how you tell a man has a woman in his life who's a drain on his spirit. He talks real low. He's soft-spoken. Even when, man, you could punch him and he still won't get upset. Voice is always monotone. See, we look out in the world and we think that means stoicism. That's not stoicism. That's docility. Let's not mistake a man being docile with him being stoic. It's not. You're not a stoic if you're docile. You're just a soft man that's afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of offending the wrong sensitivities in someone. That's not to be respected. Now, am I saying the man is supposed to be rah, rah, gaga all the time? Nope. But I'm saying when it's time to be a warrior, be a damn warrior. Don't sit around playing no games. Be who you need to be. Be who you're supposed to be. And that's how you navigate this life. Be who you're supposed to be. And just like Monique and Judge Lynn Toller said, a woman is supposed to be a helpmeet. That's all. Not a helpmate. I don't know what the hell that is. A helpmeet, which means she does everything in her power to help you meet your goals, help you meet your ambitions, help you meet your mission statement, and help you meet the duty that you have to provide and protect and direct, which is going to benefit her almost as much as it benefits you, maybe even more, depending on how frugal you are as a man and how little you need. It's a big responsibility for a man to take over just guiding a woman, leading a woman. But if you got to take over feeding a woman, bruh, you deserve this. You deserve nothing but pure reverence, adherence, and submission. All right, I'm done with this one. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this Prism of the Ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Beta's down. Peace. Next.